Tonight we're going to talk about the top 5 tips to help you conquer Bluewater Lake and play a stupid game. Welcome to Tumbleweed Flying Tackle After Hours. I hope that doesn't become a thing.
It might.
It's gonna go viral.
Today we're going to explain the top 5 things. We're going to try to do each one under a minute, and this is going to be tough. But we're doing this, the top 5 tips to help you out here are a lot of questions that we get and a lot of common mistakes that people make. So we just derived this top 5 list. We actually had a top 10 list, but then we ended up talking for like 3 hours. So
Okay, number 5, match the lure to the fish.
That means to fish lures that are designed for the fish you're fishing for. we're talking about like the way it should be. You don't want to fish baits that have flimsy hooks and flimsy hardware for tiger muskies or pike or something like that.
Number 4, know your lure and fly.
If you want to throw something out and retrieve it, throw a crankbait. If you want to reel in and stop and catch them on the paws, then you throw a jerk bait.
this goes into the old construction thing. A hammer is not a screwdriver.
But a lot of people use hammers as screwdrivers out here.
Yeah. Don't go trolling jerk baits, and don't overpower some of the glide baits that you got. Just in fly fishing, make sure you know your fly, what it does underwater, and just play around with it for a little bit and get used to it before you start really throwing it.
There are baits that are designed to troll, and there's baits that are designed to cast.
Number 3, leaders, fly fishing and conventional fishing.
Do yourself a favor and don't buy the prepackaged 8-foot streamer leader that's designed for predator fish or pike or muskie. Don't do it. Stay away from 8-foot. Drop yourself down, because you're throwing these flies. You're not throwing little tiny flies. Drop yourself down to about 3 feet. I go from 50 pound on this end to 100 pound on the fly end, and it saves me from losing fish. If you really need to, you could put a break section up there by your fly line about that big, of 20 pound, if you're really wanting to break the fly off in structure.
I have the same setup as Dave, except I fish 50 pound to 80 pound. And I'm also using a fiberglass rod.
Yeah, it keeps less tension on that.
I fish anywhere from 100 to 150 pound bite section made out of hard mono or fluorocarbon, and 190 pound hardware, clasps and swivels.
We have to give fishing line a little bit extra time. We probably have to do the number 1 tip
For 3 minutes.
yeah, for a little bit longer too.
Number 2, fishing line.
30 pound and above in a good quality line, in braided line. I fish an 80 pound 16 carrier braid by Gamma, and I've been fishing it forever, and that's my stuff.
It doesn't fail. And it's more stress on the insurance policy for this. I mean, if you're throwing a $40 lure, the last thing you want to do is put that in the bottom of the lake because you saved $1 on some line. Don't save dollars on line. This is like the most critical element of your system. And if you start throwing lures off, you're just throwing money in the lake. And
I will straighten out a hook or break it off completely before my line fails. I do not have line failures anymore.
Yeah, and with fly fishing, stay away from PVC lines, especially here in New Mexico, especially here at Bluewater Lake. Just stay away from PVC lines. That's Rio. There's other polyethylene style lines that, like Airflow, I believe that, 3M, Scientific Anglers makes one. And I believe there's a couple more. I think Cortland even has one. Like, that's telling you that, hey, Rio, you're behind the times. And I hope Rio sees this and goes, oh, we are behind the times. But stay away from that. It cracks. You don't get that much life out of it. And the last thing you want to do is lose a 50-inch fish because the loop on the end of your line failed. I also want to mention that Rio's okay for everything else, but this is the most strenuous fishing that can be done in freshwater on your gear.
And one other thing, some of the methods that you'll use will work, but if you're going to fish these often, as often as we do, you really need to up your game in your line.
And this is just to help. This is not the end all be all.
Set in stone.
Yeah, these are the things that we suggest
Because we've learned them.
Yeah, we've spent the time out here to learn all of our lessons about the things that people suggest.
Okay.
We learn from our mistakes.
That too.
I made a lot of them.
Still do.
Number 1, the most important, other anglers.
Other people catch fish too.
One thing you need to be cognizant when you're out there fishing is that you're fishing for yourself. You're not fishing for the guy next to you. You're not fishing to impress anybody. You're not...
Well, if you are fishing to impress people, you need to rethink fishing.
Yeah. One thing that you have to understand is that fishing is fun.
You know why I fish? For the ladies.
Yeah.
No, it's seriously. If you scoff at that, like if somebody was watching this,
I did scoff at it.
Yeah, if somebody was watching this and did the exact same thing. If you're out there fly fishing for other dudes, and I think people that enjoy fishing are more impressive to me than people who are like, this is the way it's got to be. You can't do anything else.
And be really wary, not weary. I'm so weird. Be wary of where you're getting your information from. Somebody who fished muskies 3 years ago caught fish.
Mm-hmm. No matter what.
A lot of those tactics that are working then are not working anymore.
That worked then.
Yeah. Were working? Is that what it is? Whatever. This lake has changed a lot lately. And it will continue to progressively get more difficult.
Yeah, and I think the point of this too is like if you see somebody else just laying the smack down on fish, it's not, they could have spent the time to really understand how to fish this place, and you could be like, this could be your first time on the lake. Don't let that discourage you. Never let anybody else's fishing discourage you, especially nowadays when you go fish. Your odds of finding the right fish in the right spot are very low, and somebody could have just found the right fish on the right spot,
like he did tonight.
Yeah, I did. I will be 100% honest with you. I got 100% lucky with it, but with muskie fishing, it is 90% luck, because 50% of the fish in the lake have empty stomachs. So don't get discouraged by other anglers. Is what I'm trying to say here. Just keep doing your thing. If you want to talk to somebody else, go talk to somebody else. But this goes back into one of the other tips that we were given, that everybody has their own unique style, and sometimes people can't fish a swim bait as well as another person. So if somebody says, "Oh, I was catching them on swim baits," they could be really good at throwing swim baits.
Just remember that fishing is fun.
Yeah.
And you're not out here to impress anybody or fishing for anybody. You are fishing for yourself and to learn from your mistakes.
That was 3 minutes? Holy cow.
Hey, we did it.
We did do it, and I jumped.
I'm going to ask them, I've made up some lure names, and I've also taken some lure names that are actually really real lures. And I'm going to...
Really real lures.
Why do I feel like he has just made up everything on this list?
You will never know.
I also have some real lures on there.
So whoever loses this game, it's all true or false. The loser will have to fish a fly that I have tied. I have never tied a fly in my life.
And I have never wanted to win something so badly. Because I do not want to fish whatever.
I'm going to get into their fly boxes and tie a fly for them to go muskie fishing with.
Fly box?
Both fly boxes.
Can't you get into Dave's?
Nope.
I don't care.
So that's the, if you lose, you have to spend 8 hours on the lake fishing that fly that I tied.
Alright.
Ready?
What if we catch something? Do we get like a prize if we catch something on your crappy fly?
What is a better prize than catching a muskie on something that I tied?
Touche.
All right. So here we go.
Then I could be an all-professional fly tyer.
Yeah, just say real or fake. The pond puppy.
Real.
Wait, you gotta wait for
Oh,
it.
sorry.
Wait for him to.
Sorry, start over. Go ahead. Go again.
The pond puppy.
Real.
Fake.
Dang it!
I made that up.
That's a good one.
Well, I took a. Is there a puppy?
Here, you can keep track of
okay.
what you get wrong and right.
Well, we'll keep it down here on the bottom. How many points they got?
Yeah.
All right. The Gata X Turbulence. Gata X Turbulence.
Real.
Real.
Absolutely.
Okay, I was gonna say you would never make a name like that. It'd be like
Made by
the
Mega
Pond Puppy.
It's made by Megabass.
Oh, you're gonna get some Japanese names. Go fun time. Happy fun surprise. Okay.
All right. The Aquabat.
I think I've heard of this. Fake.
True.
No!
Whoa!
Whoa.
Absolutely.
Break that
Cracking.
chair.
Absolutely true. It was an old school bait that you put a CO2 pellet underneath underneath the bill, and it pumped out bubbles. Man,
I knew I've heard of that.
All right, ready?
Oh man, this is like nerve wracking.
Spanky McFarlane's H100.
Real.
Fake.
Dave got it. It's
Boom!
It's an old head bait.
What is it called? Spanky McFarlane's what?
H100. All right. Crippled gummy grub. Oh.
Real.
Fake. I made that up.
Wait, no.
What
his-
was it?
The crippled gummy grub. People call soft plastics gummies all the time.
Well, and then there's the gummy minnow. That's why I thought, maybe it's you.
Hey, I know what I'm
You're
doing.
good at this. You're good at this.
The hoot a nanny.
Hoot. Hoot.
Hoot nanny.
You can't. You don't come up with that stuff.
Ready?
Real.
Real.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hedden makes it.
What is up with all the head names? What are you?
Because they make some really weird used to.
It's like Abergast.
All right, so are we tied up? I think
so.
we're tied up. So, kazoo wobbler.
Fake.
Absolutely real, made by
Dang it!
Shakespeare.
How the heck? Oh my gosh! I
Oh man, I don't have a tiebreaker.
Really? That was the last one?
That was the last one. The Planko Senko.
Real.
Real.
Fake! Dang it!
I was gonna
I
say
just
fake
made
too.
it up.
I had one ready. We should have known at that point. So, please wait a moment while we figure out a winner here. Should we just flip a coin?
No.
No.
Ready?
Okay. Is this for all the beans?
All the beans.
All the beans are mine. Mine for keep it.
Bernard of London's swank bait.
Really?
Mhm.
Real.
Fake.
Fake.
No! Come on! I knew it!
Yes!
I made it up! I knew it was fake, but I was like, that's a little bit extensive for Nate. Son of a bisco
Nate?
Cheeto! Oh, I don't want to fish or Nate fly.
Thanks for playing at home.
You don't win anything.
Yeah.
Or lose it. Actually, we don't win anything. We just lose. It doesn't. There should be an incentive or a prize for somebody to win. It's not like, oh, you lose, you get to fish Nate's fly.
You wait till you see this fly. See you later.
So, bye guys. Do we really have like a goodbye for this?
No. Nope. Ben,
Peace out.
got it.
Bye.